Very good evening, children. Welcome back to Akshar Online Classes, IIT and NEET Foundation. Myself, Johnson, your biology teacher. Today we can discuss about that introduction of the biology. What is the use of biology? What is the benefits of the biology? We will study. My voice is audible to you? My voice is audible to you? Shall we start? Okay, thank you. Now, introduction of the biology. Introduction of the biology. Biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants, animals and human beings. Biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants, animals and human beings. So before that, okay, we have the definition of the science. Science is an organized body of knowledge supported by the observation and experimentation. So all the knowledge we can gain it from the observation and experimentation. So we can gain the knowledge from the observation. Science only believes the experiment. If the experiment is correct, then that statement is correct. If the statement is true, that given to the laws. Okay, so that's why fundamental step the development of the science is the experimentation. Questioning is the fundamental right to the science. Okay. Next. So science is an organized. Yes. Hello.
Sir.
Tell me.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me. Your voice is audible. Hello? Tejuddin. Tell me. Your voice is audible to me. Hello? Your voice is audible to me. Tell me. Hello?
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, this is chemistry or physics, sir?
Biology class, Nana.
Okay, sir. Sorry for this.
Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Thank you. So biology is a very good evening, children. Biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants and animals and human being. Okay, especially in the biology, we can study from the plants and animal and human being. Okay, here that definition of the science. Science is an organized body of knowledge supported by the observation and experimentation derived from the study of the natural phenomena of the entire material universe. So this is the definition of the science. Okay. So there are three major branches of science. You know very well in the branches of science. The major subject is the physics, chemistry and biology. Three subjects are present in the general science. What are they? Physics, chemistry and biology. Okay. So next, biology word derived from the Greek language. Biology word derived from the Greek language. Bio means life, logos means study of. Biology study of the living things like plants and animals. Tejuddin, are you understanding? Tejuddin, my voice is audible to you? Please give the information. Tejuddin. Okay. So biology word derived from the Greek language. Bio means life, logos means study of, biology study of the living things like plants and animals. Okay. The first time that biology word derived from the Greek scientist Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, who used that first time that biology word? Jean-Baptiste Lamarck first time used the word biology. Biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants, animal and human being. Next, growth of the biology. Growth of the biology. So here very important. No one can say when the study of the biology exactly began. We don't know when it is started. Yes, Tejuddin?
Sir, I was in the class, sir. Nobody said.
Coming. Don't worry about that. Okay. Please, you can listen and note down important points. Okay. So why? Because you won't be not only one person. There are some of them coming in very early. Some of them late comers. Whatever it may be, you can stay up to that. This class start from that. 5:50 to 6:30. Okay. Okay, now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, right, thank you. Okay, so we don't know exactly where it is started from that biology, when it is started exactly we don't know. Actually, primitive man lived in the jungles and caves. He was collected food from the natural vegetation and hunted wild animals. On that time onwards, observation is a very important. All the knowledge gained from the observation only. Okay, so through this activity he learnt about the life and habitat of the different animals and recognized various plants and their parts. He was always move one place to the another place. Okay, search for the food, shelter and so these purpose he always move and collected to that which of the plants are useful to us, which of the animals are useful to us and which of the animals we can hunt. So with the keen observation he was gained on knowledge. Okay. Next, the drawing of the animals and plants in the caves of the prehistoric period are the fruits of the primitive man's interest in the plants and animals around him. Okay, so with this evolution of the culture, man began to live in the settled communities and started farming. Then after that, he was settled. After communities are formed, then he started to the agriculture or farming. Okay, so he domesticated animals such as the, especially dog, cow, sheep, horse and buffalo. Why he was domesticated these animals? Especially for that, food purpose, shelter purpose. Generally, these are the animals are domesticated. Okay. So next, another important in that agriculture purpose also, these are the animals are domesticated by the human being. And these practices give him further opportunities for the study of the ways and life of these animals. The biology advanced more and more. Now here, very important point, Greeks were probably the pioneers of an organized study of the biology. Most of the development is occurs in the country of the Greek. Okay, so Greeks are the pioneers of Greeks were probably pioneers of an organized study of the biology. This is a very important person. Note down, please note down. Aristotle was the first person to study the plants and animals in the sufficient details, and he was called the father of the biology. Who was the father of the biology? Who is the father of the biology? Nijamuddin, Tejuddin. Who is the father of the biology? Aristotle was the father of the biology. Who is the father of the biology? Aristotle is the father of the biology. Okay. Next, Theophrastus. So Theophrastus is the father of the botany. Botany means what? Study of the plants, and study of the plants is called botany. Study of the plants is called botany. Father of the botany is the Theophrastus. Next, okay. So who is the father of the zoology? Father of the zoology is the Aristotle. Who is the father of that biology? Aristotle. And very important, okay, Hippocrates. Hippocrates is known as the especially father of the medicine. These are the 3 points you can note down. Father of the biology is Aristotle. Father of the zoology is Aristotle. Theophrastus is the father of the botany. Hippocrates is the father of the medicine. Are you note down? Tejuddin? Hello? Mr. Tejuddin? Are you noted? Note down? Are you noted up? So next, here, especially branches of biology. What are the branches are present in the biology? What are the branches of? In that topic is the branches of biology. Topic is the branches of biology. So biology is divided into several branches. Biology divided into several branches. This division can be made in at least 3 different ways. First one is in terms of the major kind of organisms. Okay, what is the first one? In terms of the major kinds of organisms. First one is the botany. First one is the botany. Study of the plants is called botany. Study of the plants is called botany. Zoology. Study of the animals is called zoology. Study of the animals is called zoology. Next one is the human biology or anthropology. So human biology and anthropology, the study of the humans and their interaction with the society. The study of the humans and their interaction with the society is called anthropology or human biology. These are the major kind of the biology. Okay, study of the plant, study of the animal, study of the human being, especially study of the plants is called botany. Study of the animals is called zoology. Study of the human beings with society is called anthropology. Okay, Tejuddin, are you understand? Next, second one is the in terms of special groups of the organism. Okay, in terms of the special groups of the organism. Okay, in that especially for that, in that especially bacteriology. You know very well bacteriology. Study of the bacteria is called bacteriology. Okay, so we can see Tejuddin, we can see with the we can see the bacteria in your naked eye. We can see in your we can see that microorganism in your naked eye. Tejuddin, please tell me. Okay, so that means bacteria we cannot see in your naked eye. Bacteria we can see with the help of the microscope. Okay, with the help of the microorganisms we can see with the help of the microscope. Who discovered the microscope? Anthony van Leeuwenhoek who was discovered the microscope. What are the microorganisms? Which of the organism we cannot see the naked eye? That organisms are called microorganism. Examples of the microorganism is the bacteria, viruses, algae, fungi, okay, protozoa. So these are the 5 phylums are known as the belongs to the microorganism. My study of the microorganisms are called microbiology. Study of the microorganisms is called microbiology. Here, bacteria. You know very well, some of the bacteria are useful bacteria are present, some of them harmful bacteria are present. Harmful bacteria causing to the diseases to the plants and animals. Okay, useful bacteria is also useful to the plants and animals. So can you say the examples of the useful bacteria? In your daily life you know very well. Okay, that milk is converted to the curd because of the lactobacillus bacteria help to the milk is converted into the curd. Okay, so these are the useful bacteria. Rhizobium leguminosarum bacteria, that molecular nitrogen converted into that nitrate or nitrite form, then nitrogen utilized by the plant. So these are the examples of that useful bacteria. So some of the harmful bacteria, you know very well, cholera, okay, typhoid, diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus. So these are all the diseases are caused by the bacteria only. Okay, so that means some of them beneficial bacteria are present, some of them harmful bacteria are present. Okay, so study of the bacteria is called bacteriology. Bacteria we can see the with the help of the microscope. Next one is the virology. So virology means study of the viruses is known as the virology. Study of the viruses is known as the virology. So viruses is the very smallest viruses we can see them with the help of the electron microscope. Electron microscope. This electron microscope was discovered by the Knoll and Rusker. Knoll and Rusker was discovered by the electron microscope. And here, very important thing is that, so these are the viruses is the link connector between the non-living things and living things. If the viruses is present in the non-living thing, that is the dead organism. If that viruses is enter into the living things, that is causing to the diseases. You know very well, most of the diseases caused by the viruses, examples of the human diseases caused by the viruses is okay, so polio, mumps, measles, chickenpox, hepatitis, AIDS. So these are the diseases are caused by the viruses only. What are the diseases? Polio, mumps, measles, chickenpox, hepatitis, AIDS, and nowadays special disease coronavirus. Corona disease also caused by the coronavirus. Okay. Next, you know very well, mycology, fungi. Study of the fungi is called mycology. Study of the fungi is called mycology. Okay, what is the fungi, sir? You know very well, most of in our houses, food is spoiled because of the fungi. Bread is spoiled because of the fungi. Okay, the spoil of the food, spoil of the bread because of the fungus. Study of the fungi is called mycology. Okay, so especially fungi is the multicellular organism. Most of the fungi is the multicellular organism, except the yeast is the unicellular organism. That is also keep in your mind. Next one is here paleontology, phycology or algology. So study of the algae is called phycology or algology. So what is the algae? Generally when the rainy season, in that rainy season, especially for the rainy season, we can see when the rain has come. Okay, water is filled in that, especially for that, in that, what we are called generally, in that lakes, most of the water is generally green in color because of that algae are present. Why? Because these are the algae. So in that 100% of the photosynthesis mechanism, 97% of that oxygen is liberated through that only from the algae. Only remaining so 1% of the oxygen is liberated through the terrestrial plant. So study of that algae is called algology or phycology. And here one more important point is, okay, almost all the algae is the multicellular organism. Only one of the organism is the unicellular organism, that is nothing but Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas is the unicellular algae. Remaining all the algae are the multicellular organism. Next, entomology. Entomology means study of the insect is called entomology. You know very well, in the animal kingdom, the largest phylum is the Arthropoda. Arthropoda means jointed legs. Arthro means jointed. Poda means leg. Jointed legs, so all the organisms belongs to that Arthropoda phylum. The largest animal kingdom is belongs to the Arthropoda phylum. So in that most of the insects are belongs to the Arthropoda phylum. Study of the insects is called entomology. Study of the insects is called entomology. Can you give the examples of that insect? You know very well, housefly, mosquitoes. Okay, so these are the cockroach. These are all the examples of the insect. Next, you know very well, ichthyology. Ichthyology. Study of the fishes is called ichthyology. Where the fishes they can live. Fishes they can live with the, especially in the water. Okay, what are the respiratory organ in the fishes? Gills are the respiratory organ in that fishes. Okay, so single circulate system generally we can see in the fishes. Okay, study of the fishes is called ichthyology. Respiratory organs of the fishes is the gills. Single circulatory system we can see in the fishes. Two chamber heart is present in the fishes. Next, herpetology. Next one is the Tejude. Are you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you note down? Please note down. Next one is the herpetology. Do you know very well reptiles in the animal kingdom? Okay, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, apes, mammals, 5 kingdoms are present. These are belongs to the chordates. In that chordates especially notopod is present in their entire life. Okay, study of the reptiles. Study of the reptiles is called herpetology. What is the examples of that reptiles? In our day-to-day life, snakes belongs to the reptiles. Okay, lizards belongs to the reptiles. Okay, here one more important point, incompleted 4-chamber heart we can see in that, especially for the reptiles in the body, especially for that skin, in that body scales are present. Okay, these are most of that warm-blooded animal. Okay, so herpetology means study of the reptile. Last but not least, second category, ornithology. Ornithology. Study of the birds is called ornithology. Study of the birds is called ornithology. Here you are keep in your mind. Okay, so most of the if you have studied about biology, 2 important points are required. One is the viviparous and oviparous. Viviparous and oviparous. What is the meaning of the viviparous and oviparous? Oviparous means which of the organism laying the eggs, okay, hatch after they are giving to that birth. So that organisms are called oviparous. Most of the birds they are belongs to the oviparous. But some of the organisms they can reproduce directly giving to the birth to the new young ones. So that is called viviparous. We are human beings belongs to the viviparous. Okay, cows belongs to the viviparous. Buffalo belongs to the viviparous. Okay, and doggies belongs to the viviparous. Cows belongs to the viviparous. And buffalo is the belongs to the viviparous. Horses belongs to the viviparous. Oviparous means what? Which of the organism lay the eggs? That organisms are known as the oviparous. Can you give the examples of the oviparous? Crow is the oviparous. Okay. Duck is the oviparous. Hen is the oviparous. Okay. So these are the organisms is the examples of the oviparous. Study of the birds is called ornithology. Okay, birds are belongs to the most of them warm-blooded animals. Complete four-chamber heart is present. Okay, complete four-chamber heart is present. So this is about the second category. Next, third category. In the third category, in terms of the approaches and the studying it, what are the approaches? First one is the anatomy. If you see the plants and animal, we can do the dissection. What are the parts are present? That is especially we can study in the anatomy. Anatomy means so the study of the gross structure of the organs in an organism as seen in the dissection is called anatomy. Okay. Next, morphology. Morphology means the study of the organism. Internal organs and external organs is study. That is a branch of science. It deals with the internal organs and external organs. That is called morphology. That is called morphology. Are you understand, Tejuddin? Tejuddin, my voice is audible to you? Any doubts about it? Are you note down the points?
Yes.
Please note down. All are very important information. So here, histology. Histology means, before going to the histology, biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants, animals and human beings. Yes or no? These are the plants and animals are made up of what? What is your answer, Tejuddin? Plants and animals are made up of what? Huh? What is your answer? Plants and animals are made up of what? Huh? What? Sound, please mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. Shall I say? Don't worry about that. So plants and animals are made up of cells. Plants and animals are made up of cells. Very important point. Plants and animals are made up of cells. So that's why cell is the fundamental unit of the organism. Cell is the fundamental unit of the living organism. Next, cell is the basic unit of the living organism. Cell is the structural and functional unit of the living organism. Okay, and cell is the building block of the living organism. Study of the cells is called cytology. Study of the cells is called cytology. Who discovered the cell? Robert Hooke is discovered the cell. Robert Hooke is the discovered the cell. Yes or no? So Robert Hooke was discovered the cell. In that cell, especially, okay, cell is the structural and functional unit of the living organism. Cell is the basic unit of the living organism. Cell is the building block of the living organism. Cell is the fundamental unit of the living organism. All the cells united to form a tissues. All the tissues united to form a organ. All the organs united to form a organ system. All the organ system united to form a organism. All the organism united to form a population. All the population united to form a ecosystem. All the ecosystem united to form a biosphere. In the especially living organism, the smallest unit is called cell. What is the smallest unit? Cell. What is the largest unit? That largest unit is known as the biosphere. Here what I am saying, histology means study of the tissues is called. How the tissues are formed. All the cells united to form a tissue. This cell united to form a tissues. All the cells united to form a tissue. Study of the tissues is called histology. In the plants tissues are present, animal tissues are present. Both are different. Are you understand? Nizamuddin, sorry. Next, physiology. So physiology means physiology is a branch of science. It deals with the metabolism of the organism. So digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system and reproductive system, all the system we can study in that physiology. Physiology is a branch of science. It deals with that, especially for the metabolism of the organism, like plants and animals. Photosynthesis is the important life process because it produces to the food and generated to that, liberated to the oxygen gas. So that's why photosynthesis is the important life process in the plant. For example, in the human being, respiration is the important life process. Why? Because respiration produces to the energy, generated to the energy. So that's why respiration is the important life process. Okay. Next, embryology. Studies of the embryos is called embryology. You know very well, in the sexual reproduction occurs in the plants and animal. If you see the animal, in the male organism is separate, female organism is separate. Male organism produces to that male reproductive part is the testis. Testis produces to the sperm. Sperms are spermatozoas are the male gamete. Female organism produces to the female gamete. That female gamete nothing but ovas. This male gamete and female gamete fusion takes place. That is called fertilization. Fertilization takes place. Zygote is formed. That zygote is developed into the embryo. Embryo gives rise to the new baby. Okay. Studies of the embryos is called embryology. Father of the embryology, the greatest Indian embryology is the Shishu Guha Maheshwari. Shishu Guha Maheshwari. He is the father of the embryology. He is the father of the embryology. Next one is the taxonomy. We have that, you can see that across world, different country giving to the names different names, we cannot identify the organism, not identify to the plant. So that's why the great scientist, okay, that the great taxonomy, father of the taxonomy, Caronius van Linnaeus, given to the every organism must and should do two names. First name indicate to the genus. Second name indicate to the species. Genus always write to the capital letter and species write to the small letter. According to the Carolius Linnaeus binomial nomenclature, every organism must and should two name. First one is the genus. Genus must and should write in the capital letter and species write in the small letter. So according to him, scientific name of the human being, Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens. So who is the father of the taxonomy? Carolius van Linnaeus is the father of the taxonomy. Okay, in the taxonomy what we have studied, especially giving to the names of the organism and group of the naming, grouping and classifying of the plants and animals is called taxonomy. Father of the taxonomy is the Carolius van Linnaeus. Are you understand? Are you understand? Your voice is not audible to me. Hello? Okay. Now coming to the point. What is my point is ecology. Ecology means it is a branch of science. It deals with that, especially for that relationship of the organism, both the abiotic and biotic components of the environment. What is the biotic components are? Nothing but plants and animals. Plants and animals depend upon the abiotic components like air, water, temperature, sunlight, pressure. These abiotic components also depend upon that biotic component. Interrelationships between the abiotic components and biotic components, that is called ecology. Ecology is a branch of science. It deals with that interrelationships of the abiotic components and biotic components of the environment is called ecology. For example, you know very well plants, green plants. Okay. That is the biotic component. In the photosynthesis mechanism, they can absorb to the sunlight. That is the abiotic component. And water, that is also abiotic component. And so carbon dioxide, abiotic component. So plants depend upon the abiotic component. These are the abiotic components also depend upon the plant. Both of them they can interact together and produces to the glucose and liberated to the oxygen gas. So ecology is a branch of science. It deals with the interrelationship, abiotic components and biotic components of the environment. Next, biogeography. What is the biogeography? Biogeography also branch of science. It distributed to the distribution of the plants and animals in that biogeographical condition. So you know very well, especially Australia. In that Australia we can see the kangaroos. That is the particular characteristic feature. In that especially we can see in that Australia only. Okay, if you see the New Zealand, especially we can see the kiwi birds. Okay, in our India you can see that especially tigers. Okay, peacocks. Okay, lions. So these are the characteristic feature, particular country, particular location, particular type of the plants and particular type of the plants and animals are present. So biogeography is a branch of science. It deals with that especially geographical distribution of the plants and animals. Next one is the paleontology. Paleontology means once upon a time they are the plants and animals are present. Now it is not available. Such type of the plants and animals we can study in that, especially for the paleontology. Study of the fossils is called paleontology. You know very well examples of the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs once upon a time present. Now it is not available. Such type of the organisms are called fossils. Study of the fossils is called paleontology. Okay. Next one is the evolution. So actually we are the human being. We are coming from that group of the mammals. You know very well, especially in that chordates, fishes, amphibian, reptile, apes, mammals. So these are the fishes evolved. So actually these are the fish. Amphibians are. So that means apes developed into the amphibian. Amphibians developed into that reptile. Reptiles developed to that apes. Apes developed into the mammal. So for example, in the mammals, who is the ancestors of the mammal? That means fishes to that, especially amphibian, then reptile, then apes, and then mammals. So evolution is a continuation process. It is slowly occurring. It is slowly occurring. So next, genetics, study of the genes. So especially study of the genes is called genetics. Okay, here, and variations also we can study. Father of the genetics is the Gregor John Mendel is the father of the genetics. Gregor John Mendel is the father of the genetics. Okay, so how the characters are transferred to the parent to the progeny, especially in the genetic, how the characters are transferred to the character parent to the progeny we can study, and especially through the genes that characters are transferred to the one generation to the another generation, and variations also we can see. So genetics is a branch of science. It deals with the genes and variation. Okay, so father of the genetics is known as the Gregor John Mendel. Last, parasitology, the study of the parasites, especially some of the organisms causing to the diseases to the inside the body, and some of them they are causing to the diseases to the outside of the body. So outside of the body, especially for that endoparasite, inside the body ectoparasite, both that we can study in that, especially for that parasitology. Pathology, the study of the diseases of the plants and animals, especially is called pathology, study of the diseases. So many diseases is there. For example, cholera, typhoid, diphtheria, pertussis, AIDS, okay, hepatitis. These are all the diseases. Study of the diseases is called. Next, last but not least, immunology, the science that deals with the phenomena caused by the immunity. Okay, so most of the people, they are affected to the diseases. Some of them the immunity power is present, that people is not affected to the diseases. So that especially immunology study of that immunity power. So this is the immunology is a branch of science. It deals with that, especially for that immunity. Okay, Tejuddin, are you understand? Here some of the questions is there. We can study especially one or two questions. Okay, where it is? Okay. Here see, organism which draw food from the host body is called. Animals which give birth to the young ones are called. Animals which give birth to young ones, that is called viviparous. Okay, who is father of the medicine? Hippocrates. And here match ichthyology, study of the fishes, ornithology, study of that birds, ecology, study of the environment, virology, study of the viruses, herpetology, study of the snakes, paleontology, study of the fossil, cytology, study of the cell, pathology, study of the diseases. Yes or no? Next, here, what is biology? Name, define the three major branches. Biology is a branch of science. It deals with the plants and animals. Okay, study of the plant is called botany. Study of the animals is called zoology. Study of the human beings called anthropology. These are the long questions. Here, distinguish between the following pairs of the science: zoology, study of the animal; entomology, insect, study of the genes; okay, So phycology, mycology, study of the algae and fungi. Okay. So ichthyology, study of the fishes, pisciculture, study of the fishes, embryology, studies of the embryo, immunology, study of the immunity system, biotechnology, study of the technology in the biology. So that this is about the introduction part of the biology. Any doubts, Amma? Anybody? Anybody, any doubt? Shall I close the session? Okay.